Our top 5 PPR sleepers for the 2015 fantasy football season. In fantasy football, you need to nail your late round picks to have a good shot, and these are a few positional players we see to have a solid year and to break out and be a solid factor for your team. At number 5, you have Josh Hill. Currently, he's being drafted in the 12th round or so, but I've seen him go as high as the 7th or 8th round. With Jimmy Graham gone, he turns into that receiving player for Drew Brees. Going to get a lot of red zone looks. He's got a good frame. He caught 5 TDs last year. That's a solid number for being that number 2 tight end. Honestly, the Saints passing game, they have to get targets somewhere. He's not going to get 100 targets this year, but he should get a good number between 70 and 80, and he should factor in a good 6 to 8 TDs. I hate putting projections on players, but given the situation with Brandon Cooks being the one and they have a solid run game with Ingram, he should see a lot of red zone looks and be a nice late round pick as a tight end. Tight ends are very similar other than Gronk and Graham, so he's definitely a great value pick. He's on a top 5 offense, and you should see results if you start him from week to week. At 4, we have Darren Sproles, the running back for the Eagles, currently getting drafted in the 11th round. He's playing behind Matthews as well as Murray in that stacked Eagles offense. They ran the most plays last year, but on the field the least, so their drives are very quick, a lot of no huddle. Darren Sproles is also playing in the slot, so he's going to get a lot of looks as receiver, and that's what we're looking at in PPR. He had about 800 yards last year. That's including rushing and receiving. He also had 8 TDs. So he gets in the end zone. He'll have a few big games, but you can't rely on his rushing stats. You're going to rely on his targets and his catches. So with that Chip Kelly offense, the Eagles project to be in the top 5. He's going to be a solid pick for a flex week if you have someone on a bye. Definitely throw him in, stash him, take him. He is on a high offense. Give Darren Sproles a look. At 3, we have Breshad Perriman, the first round pick of the Ravens. He ran a solid 4.26 at the combine, blazing fast speed. So he's going to be a huge deep threat. He looks to replace Torrey Smith as the main deep ball threat. So we can project similar numbers to Torrey Smith. He's going to have a lot of targets this year because Flacco needs a good solid receiver to throw to. They also lost Owen Daniels, so that might get him some more targets. And the rookie receivers last year, they had 5 receivers I think had over 800 yards. So rookie receivers balled out last year. He looks to be a good fit in this offense as well because Flacco likes to go deep. So Perriman's a nice snag. He's going to be a good value pick. And he's going to have a solid year this year with the Ravens. At 2, we have Jarvis Landry, the man out of LSU, going to his 2nd year. Had a very solid rookie season. Had 80 catches and 5 TDs. This man, after week 8, had 5 catches a game for the rest of the season. So very consistent, very dependable. He's going to see tons of targets. Definitely the Dolphins' #1 receiver. And also a 2nd year with Tannehill. So he should have a better quarterback relationship with Tannehill. They should feed him the ball a lot. He's not more of a sleeper, more of a breakout player. He could even come close to 90. And that is the Dolphins' single season receiving record for catches. So a very solid pick coming in the 5th round. Say a low-end number 2 receiver. That's a great pick in the 5th round. And to close out that #1 spot, we have Jordan Matthews. He's currently getting drafted in the 3rd round. So I think that's pretty late since the Eagles offense is a top 5 offense. Look at the past 2 seasons for the #1 receiver in Philly. You have Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin. As the #1 receiver, they both put up very solid numbers. So he should put up similar numbers to those 2 guys, probably around 80 catches. Going to see tons of targets with Maclin not being #1. And the Eagles offense is just a very good team. Chip Kelly loves getting the ball out quick and making his receivers make plays. So Matthews is a low-end #1, but he's being valued way too late. There's plenty of receivers going before him. I see him sometimes outside of the top 15, which I think is way too late for Matthews. He's a low-end #1 with potential to be a top 10 with the Eagles offense this year. So these are our top 5 players being undervalued in fantasy this year. Let us know if you like any of these guys, you're drafting any of these guys, or if you hate one of these guys for any particular reason. Let us know your sleepers as well, what guys you're looking to draft. We're going to keep you updated throughout the season, going through what waiver wire pickups and what moves you should make to make the fantasy playoffs. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, like it, take a look. If not, that's cool too. And we are out from Floyd Maximus Entertainment.